Yep, so I think we are live. We will wait for 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to join us. And then we will start with the final integration session. Share the link in the chat group for everyone to join us fast. Hi, so some people have already joined us. Ravi, Supriya, hi. So I guess we can start. So hello everyone. Welcome to the final day of workshop, the D-Day. Today we will be implementing the whole front-end integration with the smart contract and for our users to use our app. So yep, Spotify spotlights on the blockchain. Let's go and implement everything. Everything means front-end integration. Yep. So I guess now 5 people have joined us. Okay, so my voice is clear and everything is clear. I guess. Be sure to put your questions in the chat. I will be uh, seeing them frequently. Yep. So this is our VS Code, and we are starting where we left yesterday. Let me see it once again. You guys can hear me, right? Yep. I guess you can. So. So let me just zoom in a bit so you guys have a clear idea of what the code is. So this was our yesterday's code. Quick recap. A quick recap is the file structure looks something like this. Um, this is the React framework, and this is the app.js file. So we had done is we had taken our ABI, we had put it in our front end folder, you under the utils folder, Spotify.json. It contains our ABI file, and we are importing it in our front end to get the contract, essentially to get the contract. And we had already deployed the contract on the Gorilla chain with the help of Remix. And this is the contract address that we had got from Remix for contract. For using the contract in our application, basically in the front end, we need 3 things: ABI, signer, then and the contract address. For ABI, for getting the ABI, you need to not the API we have got from the JSON file. The contract address we have got. Sign for getting the signer, we will get it from MetaMask. For that, we need to for getting the signer we need to provide a we need to get the provider. So we get the provider by providing an Ethereum object to this library. So essentially, when you will run this, we had run it yesterday. Let's run it today too. Um, yep, just npm run start should start the project. Okay. So it says missing file. Let's okay. Okay, we need to go to the front end Spotify. So you will have to get in the right directory to run the npm commands. So npm run start. So it is in the Spotify directory, correct directory. It will run the deployment server, and let's see what we have today. Uh, so we would have something, just a plain thing. Okay, so all this was from yesterday. Today we will be coding the whole thing out. Uh, essentially, when you will look into your console, you will see that there are some errors, like Ethereum is not defined. So how do you solve this error? Essentially, close your terminal. Okay. Uh, the error is quite fine because we are using Ethereum, but we haven't defined it anywhere in the file. You will see we haven't defined it anywhere in the file. So let's get that Ethereum. Where we will get it from? We will get it from the ethers library. So for getting it, just run this command npm I ethers. So this will install the node, the npm packages for the ethers. Uh, Yep, ethers library. So we will use that Ethereum object from the ethers library. So just run this command npm I ethers, and they should install the ethers library in your package. Um, ethers, hmm, not this ethers. Ethers.js is a library, right? You can type ETHERS.JS. You will get they have a quite a good documentation for you to get started. So this is a library that is used for making your connection of front end to the smart contract. Let me see if we have questions till now. We have no questions, so we will proceed. So yep. So when you will get install the ethers library, then when you will again run the command npm run start, then you will notice that that error would be gone. Okay. So again, just getting it. Uh, watch your console. That error would be no more. Okay. So yep. So till now we have only written. So yeah. Okay. So it takes some seconds to, okay, let me just increase it. So okay, the error should be no more. um, there are some errors, but these are webpack errors. uh, that is fine. That is fine. Okay. So till now we have created only no, not only. We have created 4 functions. Two of them are very normal. They are connecting. They are checking if the user that is trying to use your dApp has MetaMask installed or not. And the second is connecting the wallet of your users with your dApp. Then we have important function called get all waves, which gets all the waves, the array of the transaction that the users on your platform have made. So yep. And then we have a wave function. Okay, so the wave is the most important function here. The wave function would essentially take the message take the message and the details like the timestamp and the address of the user that is sending that message, and it will log into the blockchain, and then we will show it in our front end. Okay. So yep. Let's complete this wave function. We had left it yesterday. let's complete it today. So here we had left it yesterday. So count would essentially get the total waves. Okay. So if you don't know what total waves is, then you should uh, watch our uh, smart contract video, the day two where we had created the smart contract. And in the smart contract, we have a function get total waves, which gets the total count of the waves essentially, the number of users who have clicked, who have like used your application. So let's finish this wave. uh, so yep. So okay, okay. Let count is equal to dot get total waves. Okay. So let's uh, let's just console dot log. This is a good practice to console log things. So you can write something like a retrieved wave count. Okay, retrieve wave count, and then you could like console log the count variable, whatever the count variable is storing. In our application, it was storing 7, like 7 users have done it, so it should return us 7. So we would console log count. We will get it in terms of number. So using normal JavaScript here, get to number. Okay. So with this, we will get the count variable in the console. Okay. Now let's wave it. Okay. This is now main function on the contract. So we will implement the wave function here. We will call the wave function essentially from the smart contract. How do we call it? So we call it by uh, contract dot wave. Okay, so we will use that only, as I told you. So what is the contract name that is that we have written here? uh, we are writing the contract name as Spotify contract. Okay, so this variable is essentially holding our contract, so we will be using it. So await Spotify contract. Okay, Spotify contract dot wave, and wave essentially takes in the message. If you have like, let me just open that thing. uh, no, that remix, so that we have a clear understanding of how we are implementing things and why we are writing this thing and that thing. So this was our contact, right? In this you will see that the function wave, it takes in a message as a parameter, so you will have to essentially give it here. I don't think I should like use the both windows at the same time, because then you will have less view. So yep, but you understood, like wave takes in a parameter of message. So it takes in a message as a parameter, and yep. So we will assign a variable to this. Like let's say this variable like a transaction. A transaction. Give it a let or a const. Normal. Like let's give it a const. You can give it transaction or wave transaction, because it's a wave transaction. Uh, so now, yep. So when essentially like when someone just waved, how do you know that this function is running? So you can use something, you can use again console logs to see that the wave function is actually getting executed from your front end. So how do you do that? You just simply put in console logs, like console logs. So what should you write in this? Like let's give it like your your transaction is getting mined. So mining is a term used in blockchain, which is like if you perform a transaction, so there a block would be added. So the process of adding the block is called mining. doesn't have to be understood here, but it's the thing, like you can just write anything you want. Essentially you can like console log what, you can console log wave transaction dot hash. Okay, so this you can console log this. So hash is something, every transaction has a hash with it. If you see the remix, you should be able to see that when we had deployed the contract, I don't know if it would still store, but if you deploy a contract, like now it won't show, but like if you deploy the contract using, okay, see, uh, whenever you deploy a contract from anywhere, like you are deploying it on Remix, I'm showing it on here. So the status is that true, transaction is mined, execution succeed. Then you have a transaction hash included with it. So this transaction hash is available on your EtherScan also, uh, so that you would search on a platform just by typing your transaction hash to get your transaction details. So yep, essentially kind of like bank account ID if you put in there and you get all the details out there. So yep. Uh, we are console logging this just to ensure that your transaction is getting executed. So now let's wait for this to happen. Wait wave transaction dot, then you should wait for it to get execute. Because why we are using this wait, you might question it, like why we are using wait thing here. Because the transactions that occur on blockchain, they are not like, they just don't occur in a second, as they take some time. uh, Not to share, like they take a lot of time. Even creating like deploying a contract takes something like 5 to 6 seconds, but JavaScript doesn't know that. Okay, so JavaScript would run like 1 2 3 4 4, so it would like run. So we want to wait till the transaction is getting executed, till the wave function is being called successfully. uh, your block is mined. Okay, so we are waiting for that time, and then we are calling, then we will call, like you would have noticed that we had created yesterday get all waves function, but we had not called it anywhere. So it was like in VS Code it was like a white thing, so disabled kind of thing, but now we will call it, like we are calling get all waves function here. uh, yep. Why we are calling it? Because now we will see, we will console the log. uh, we will console.log what, uh, wave transaction dot hash. Yep. After your see, earlier when this wave was executed, your transaction was mining. So it was in the state of mining. It's something like there are three stages. When you click on a wave function, it starts mining, and you wait till the mining is finished, and then you call the function to see if it is mined. So now now we will console.log like mined, like your block just got mined, and then we will essentially put the same hash here. Okay, so you can just copy paste that with transaction dot hash, because the transaction hash would be the same, it would not change. uh, yep. Only the thing is, like earlier it was mining, now it is mined. So now let's do some funky things, like let's call get total waves and see if the total waves has been incremented or not. So yep, all these things you can try out on your own too, just to ensure that your contract is working as expected. Okay, so um yep, let's call the get total waves function. uh, yep, let's call it get total waves is a function which has all the waves. So let's call it, um, how do you call it? You call it by get total waves, right? uh, the contract name, write the contract name, right? Get total waves. Okay, so this should essentially call the total waves. Just to ensure that the total waves have been incremented. Yep. So let's give it a variable name also. Uh, count is equal to Spotify contract dot get total waves. Okay. So to count variable, earlier stored some number, like for example, now the number is 7. When a wave function would be executed, like someone click the wave function, then this count should increase, right? And who will increase it? We should increase it. Okay, so now we will say that the count is now incremented uh, here. Okay, so yep, we will get fast to this. Like we need to show something here, right? We will get faster. Let me see if we have some questions. Provider is connection URL and signer is the user with signed a message. Okay. So you guys are helping each other. Why? That's nice. Until how to change carrier from non-IT to Web3. Yep. After this project is done. Okay. So, yep. Essentially, this should do the deal for us. Okay. So, yep. Now let's write something here. Spotify spotlights we want to show now on the front end, right? So let's create something. Before that, this connect wallet function, check if wallet is connected. Okay, so this is a function, right? We have written the function but we have not called it anywhere. So where will you want it to be called? You want it to be called whenever whenever the dApp reloads, not app, because this is decentralized. So what you do is you use hooks here. So hooks in a React are is a pretty good thing to use, and they're pretty useful. So how which hook you will use here? You will use a use effect hook. Okay. So how do you use effect? So use effect, type use effect, then do this. Let me just show you the syntax to use it. I hope this thing is cleared. Okay. So how do you use it? So call something like this. Okay, so just actually you have to give a comma out here also. We will give, no worries. uh yeah, so write the name of the function that you want to call in this. Okay, so this is it automatically completes for me VS Code. Okay, so the function should be done like this, and then like use effect, you have to import it also, right, from somewhere. So where do you import it from? You import use effect. uh, One second. Let me see if we can import it just like that. I think it is imported from React itself, and it's imported in commas, in the semicolons. Sorry. So yeah, I think this should import it. Pretty sure this should. Okay, you can. Haven't we imported use state anyway? Okay, so we will be important use state also. Let's import it to use state. Okay, so we have imported two hooks here: use effect and use state. So use state is essentially used for rendering of the components. Use effect is most of the times it's used for like whenever your app reloads for the first time, what do you want to do with it? Like always it will run. Like use effect, see if I have called it here, na use effect. So whenever the app reloads, it will call this function. Okay, so whenever there is some change. Okay, also you have to like give a comma here, and like this thing. Okay, so this tells it that whatever is after the comma, it is the precondition. Like you can learn more about it anywhere going to the documentation. uh, see, using the use effect hook, they give you pretty good things. Like, don't expect me or you to remember all these things, like how do we import, how do I remember where to import. Everything is given in the documentations. They are official. They are there for you to easily use them. So see, they are importing use state, a use effect from the React, and then they are using it. So if you don't want to give any precondition here, you give this is an empty array. It doesn't really matter in the syntax. It's just an empty thing. Okay, so now let's write some things. So this was our app. Like let's let's render something in the front end too. Um, Spotify spotlights. For now, I think I should not clear it. Like there's a div, there's a parent div. Let's create a div called header. Mm, let's just create it. Let's give it a class name of header. Uh, Class name. So you give it a class name of header, and then what will it have is uh, it should it is the heading basically. Okay, so let's give the heading like Spotify spotlights on the block. Okay. You can also use emojis here just to give a good effect. But yeah, uh, just clear this heading because we have already written the heading. You can use emojis here. Okay. None. That's not a difficult thing. So def, just give it a something about yourself. Okay, like I had given. Uh, just write something about yourself, like hi, uh, hi. Feel free to use this tab. Feel free to send your favorite Spotify links. We'll code it very fast. Okay, so something so that your users know like what you have created, what to do. Next, let me just render for you the thing that so that we know. Again, we know what we are doing. Uh, Let me check. Fill your attendance, response, etc. Okay, provider. Okay. Guys, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. We are here to solve it. I will essentially take them. Yep. Okay, so we want to create something like that, something like this. Sorry. So we created this heading. Yep, here. Yep. I think it would be much easier if we do like this and then code out here. Okay. I hope this is visible. This should be. It's nothing big, but here you get the catch, like what we are trying to do. So now let's. This bio is this thing. Okay. Now let's create this input box for us. So yeah, how do you create it? How do you create a input box? If you don't know, watch some HTML videos. Those guys teach you how to create these input boxes. Just or you can just Google out also. Yeah, that's easy, kind of like how to create an input box. So type whatever type you want to give. I will give it a type of this. You can write like placeholders, Spotify link. This is the placeholder used here. Enter your favorite Spotify link. I'm giving here Spotify link. Then you can give here class name as box. Anything. Why do we need to give a class name? Because just like let's write the other thing below. You give class names for applying CSS to your elements. Okay. Input box is an element, so we are giving a class name so that we can write after this CSS. You need CSS, right? You want your designs to look something like this, or maybe something better than this. It's your creativity. It depends on your creativity. So uh, let's implement the main things. On We will give an on change event. This is also much uh, pretty much what do you say, pretty much usual thing. Okay, but how do you like you will have to set a state, you will have to set a state message, so that when a user like me writes something on this, you want that state to be like updated. So like I need to give something like that here. So let us now use the use state hook. So guys, in our project you're not only using uh, mm, normal things, but you're also using states. How do you use a let's name it message. Okay, so const message is equal to use state. Okay, use state. Then you will have to like give two things. Never to mind the you can always go to this documentation and you can see you use the states like this use state. So essentially this is not the syntax. You can like say message and then say set message. Keep the M capital here. Yep, capital message. Yep, like keep it like this. So what do you want uh, in the message variable? Initially I don't want anything, so I will keep it blank. But uh, as I uh, when I will change the state of this input box, I want that message to have it. So set message event. Okay, so also let us so yep, this should be good for the input box. uh, the other variables that we need for our application is the current account, because uh, somewhere while connecting to the account, because we are connecting through scratch. So when you will see the connect wallet function, uh, connect wallet function, we had created it, right? Yeah, create connect wallet function. You will see that it has something like set current account to the account certificate, but we don't have any variable or any state being used. So let us copy it. Okay. So and create a state for it also. So similar syntax. You can go to this doc for the, let's see, they have given. So let's const current account, set current account. So set current account is equal to, what do you want to give the current account now? Nothing. Okay, nothing. We don't want to give nothing. We don't want to give anything. So yep, this should be it. This should be it. It. Alright, so now as you have defined the current account, so the errors that were coming now, they will also be gone. Now we have only two errors left. uh, we will have them done by the end. I don't know what the errors are. The errors are in ESLint. If you have errors in like these things, they will be sorted out pretty quickly. 120 line. uh, let's see what we can do for them. But we have defined two states: current account, set current account. The third variable that we need for this application to work is this thing called wave. Okay. uh, so we will store all waves variable. all waves, and then set all waves. Okay. So I think this should be it. So all waves would essentially store the all the waves, those array of waves, because uh, then only we will be able to render it on our front end. So let's store it here. Since this is an array, so you would be like, how do we store an array? So you like normally you write like you state, and then you give it an empty array. Okay, so currently it contains 0 elements. So yeah, always variable is created. We have not used it anywhere till now, but we will be using it pretty quickly. Okay. So yep, let's differentiate it. So all in all, the crux is we are using here uh, three use state hooks, uh, a current account variable, a message variable, and an always variable. So like let's scroll and go to the point where we were. Okay, let's go to the point where we were. Then on change is an event that is uh, being called whenever value in your input box changes. Okay, so like if it is this no, if it is that no, then on change variable continuously runs. Okay, so now let's see, let's set the message variable or state, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. Let's set it to the value that is being done here. Okay, so how do you set it? You set it event dot target dot value. Okay, so event dot target dot value. So now the set message would have everything that the value. This is called the value. Like event is the thing that is occurring whenever I click on this, whenever I change a value. So whatever the target value is, we are storing it in our set message function. Uh, so with this, our we should close the input box. So yep. Now the error should be no more. See, the errors are gone. I guess they are gone. 255. Webpack. Ignore the Webpack errors. But yep. Essentially, this was our input box that we created for this thing. Okay. So now let's what do we need next? We need these buttons, right? Wave at me button and connect wallet button. So let's create those buttons really fast. Meanwhile, let me check for any questions. Mysterious, hey. So yep. Now let's create those buttons out here. Okay. So how do you create a button? uh, le- which button we want to create? We want to create this wave at me button. Okay, so let's create it. Button. Okay, so let's give it a class name, something secondary thing, but we can give it a class name of wave button. Okay, now we had created these things, right? Check if wallet is connected and connect wallet. So what do you want when a user clicks at your wave at me button? Okay, we are calling it wave at me, but let me just render it here, and give it something like give the button name like connect wallet. Okay, so connect wallet, this button we are creating first. Okay, it's your wish, you can create a wave at me, but let's go with the flow. Let's create a wave at me button first, then we will create a connect wallet button. Never mind, let's first create that first button. Okay, so you can copy paste also, because the procedure to create a button is the same. Only the class names and the function name would be changed. uh, See, this button, give it a name. Not the name is not important, but what do you want when you click this? Okay, so you want wave function to run. When I click, let me just change this connect wallet also. This is not connect wallet, this is a wave at me button. Okay, this is wave at me button. So when I click on it, what do we want to happen? We want the user to be able to wave, uh, to call the wave function. So when you call, when I click at wave at me button, then a wave function is called, and the wave function we have defined it already. Okay, this is the wave function already defined. So that is being used to call, uh, and and this is it. It's so easy to create buttons and wave at me, to execute the wave at me function. So now let's also give a connect wallet on click. What do you want when? See, this is so simple. When wave at me button is clicked, wave function is called. When you click connect wallet function, which function should be called? Hey guys, can I have some answers? By the way, hi. If you guys are listening, can you answer me? I'm waiting. So I will wait for some time. uh, Meanwhile, just this is very simple question. I'm waiting for your answers. Like, which function should be called when I click the connect wallet function? Okay, we have mainly four functions. If you've watched the video, be sure to check in. We will approve all your attendance for the 4 days. If you could answer it, the top two ones. Uh, so yep, guys, I'm waiting for your answers. Uh, uh, so yep, give me 2 minutes, and we are waiting for your answers. Yep, I can repeat. Chintu. So I just said that we have two buttons here. There's a button called Wave at Me. When we click, one second. Let me ensure my audio is on. Okay. So when we click Wave at Me function, Wave function is being called. What do you want if Connect Wallet function is Connect Wallet button is being clicked? What function do you think we should call here? Could you show the code? Mysterious were you all these 3 days? And did you attend day 2, day 3? So without further ado, it's simple. Like if you know the code is being getting long and long. It's reached 137, but that doesn't should stop you from doing. So it was simple. The question was fairly simple. When you click connect wallet function, see here, when I click connect wallet function, MetaMask pops up, and you can see how great this looks. Okay, it will ask me to connect my wallet. Since it had already, so it connected my wallet. The MetaMask pop-up disappeared, and now I can enter my Spotify. Now let's give it a proper. Does anyone here has a favorite Spotify link that I could use here? Uh, so yep, you can share your favorite Spotify link. Uh, yep, Gento is correct. We will call the connect wallet function. Okay, so connect wallet function. So on click, we will connect wallet function. Okay, connect wallet function will be called when someone clicks the connect wallet button. Okay. Also, we have made render all the two buttons. We have set the input box. Uh, we are done with the bio. Let's see. Uh, let's see. I want to run this. I want to clear it. I want to run npm start. Okay. Actually, what should be the ideal case is uh, now we have done a good progress in the front end. We have made render this heading, this bio, and this input box, the two buttons. The second one disappears as soon as you call the connect wallet function. So as soon as you connect, now I'm connected, so it disappeared. If you want to see if you're connected or not, just go to the one that secondary. See, it's connected, so it's not. So it will disappear automatically. How do we implement it? Okay, so actually imagine this thing. Your second connect wallet button is there, but even if I'm connected, I'm seeing that button. So that should not be the case. To not let it happen, what we will do, any suggestions, by the way, how could we do it? Hmm, it will get rendered. Okay. Any suggestions? I'm waiting. Hmm. Okay, so let me tell you how do we how we will do it. So we will use here this thing called and functions. So what happened? So like uh, current account. So if my current account is something, then I don't want this connect wallet function to render. So I will like use JavaScript here. So if you want to use JavaScript within the JSX syntax, so I'm telling it for those who are new to this React. So if you want to use JavaScript within the JSX syntax, you can uh, use by two inverted commas, and whatever in it would be there, it would be JavaScript. Okay, sorry. So uh, connect wallet and then you could paste this and that, paste this and that, and I will explain what is this in a sec. I think this should be it. If it is not, this is the syntax thing. Hmm. these two can also be combined and written. So what this thing is, this is saying here is a not. Okay, notice it's a not thing. So not connect wallet. So if your connect wallet, okay, it's not be connect wallet, right? It should be current account. So sometimes you this syntax could confuse you, but remember it should be current account because our variable was like current account. Let's start with a C, small c. So we will use that small c here also. It's just a good practice to use it. Like so, it is saying if you don't have a current account. Okay. So this is the and variable. So for and variable, both of the things should be true. So if you don't have a current account, okay, so uh, when will this first statement be true? If you uh, don't have a current account, okay, if you're not connected, so this is being true, the first statement is true. Let me just write here also, and uh, we have two statements. We have a current account, we have a connect wallet button. So when the first statement is true, when you are not connected, so then you want to render it. So then the second statement will get rendered. Okay. Because this is an and variable. Both of the statements should be true, right? Yep. So okay. So when you're not connected, connect wallet button would be shown. When you're connected, current wallet button would not be shown. That button would not be shown. So yep, we are using this trick here. Now let's also write for this best links below, and then it will show. Let me see if someone has pasted any. No, no one has given me his or her favorite Spotify link. Never mind. Let me just for now use a hi here. When I call this, MetaMask should pop out. Let me see if that has errors. No, it doesn't. uh, it should have. Let me reload. Hi. Okay, it doesn't matter. But your best links below should come here. Okay. So now let's create elements for it to show. First, let us create that best links, right? Just give it a normal heading if you want. Like you can give it a heading like this. H1. Okay, it's small heading H1. Uh, this is a syntax to give, and then you can write like best links below or something like that, whatever you want. uh, after this after this is the main thing comes here. Okay. Okay guys, attention please. After this we are going to render all the waves. Okay, so how do you render all the waves? So use JavaScript, call all waves. All waves essentially stores all the array of the waves, whatever the message has been called multiple times. Uh, use map over it. For mapping, you need to have two things, right? Index is optional. If you don't give it, gives an error now, but it's a good practice to have an index. Like index is something like roll numbers of students. Here roll numbers of waves. Okay, so use matlab map over the array to render the waves. That is what we want to do here. So we will do it by this way. I hope my syntax get are correct. We will return. What are we going to return? Essentially we want to return the three things. Div key is equal to index. um, then you can give some styling to it if you want. Like let me just get the styling that I have used here, the yellow one. um, so let me get it quick. So we will use the same style here. Okay. So this was the normal CSS. I'm not gonna explain CSS on this video because this is a Solidity project. But yep, this is the CSS part. Uh, and this is the div. Okay. You can also use the syntax for the div. No return. Return is giving something. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter. We will sort it out. So a div which this is the parent div essentially. You can also like it is like if it is a parent div, just close it with slash div, the usual React syntax. Then in the parent div, you will we will render out three things. The three things that we wanted: address, timestamp, the message. Okay, so how do you render it? This is the fun part. This is the fun part. This is the easiest part, and this is the most useful part. So just create some divs. You will have to create three divs. Okay, so essentially like just create three divs. You can follow this. Okay, you created three divs. The first, let's give the first to be the address, address, address. Spelling is correct. And then call the wave because the all waves is holding all the waves. Okay, so now we are iterating over each wave. You can also look for the map in JavaScript. Okay, so there are many. I'm just seeing see any images to explain you better. Like see this array you see 3 4 5 6. This is an array. When you map over it, array.map, and any function that you implement, it maps over each element. Like it will go over 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So we our all waves is storing wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then you are iterating over wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. So all so how do you call the address of each wave? By wave.address. Okay, address. Okay, this should be it. This a should be small. Why because you see because we had created the address to be small, right? Okay. Also from the smart contract also we will we have that with a small a, so we are using small here. After address we will give the time. Let's wrap the session a quick wave dot time. What do you give for time? You give timestamp. Okay, timestamp. Also, if you're not getting how we are calling wave.address, then again go over this remix contract. See, we have 2 to 3 things, right? Where is that event variable? See, address. See, the thing that I was talking just a while ago. Address is starting from small a, so we are they are using small a, and then we have message, and then we have timestamp. So you can call actually wave dot address, wave dot message, wave dot timestamp. So we are doing that only, wave dot timestamp. The third and the last thing that we would call is message. Okay, so message would be message message wave dot message. Okay, so these three divs should do our deal. They should essentially render everything. Okay, so yep, I think this should do. Yeah, this should do the deal. Okay. I'm just looking again at the syntax. I find it good enough. Okay. Okay. It looks good enough. The div could be closed. It is closed. This should render our content. We should render our content successfully. Uh, yep. This was a parent div. These were child divs, and the three child divs that we needed, we rendered them. Um, that is pretty much it. Let me just see what else is remaining. Okay. So we have made the wave function. We have made the uh, get all waves function. Uh, no, let me just think. Uh, mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, so I think this finishes our build. Let me see if we have any errors or things left. Okay. So how are you guys doing? Any questions? If we have no questions, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We are here to solve it. Don't hesitate uh, to ask. Okay. Um, yep. Um, mm, what else is remaining? Okay. I'm just thinking of what else is remaining. So the thing that is remaining is the CSS part. So app.css. We are not going over writing css for everything out there, like uh, css for uh, give me a sec. Yep, css for these background and these things, like this is white and all those things that would come. Okay, so we are not going over that. We will be copy pasting it from the code, the css only, just the css. Rest we have all written it. So the css, let me get the css. Okay, so give me a sec. um, yep. So app.css, it has some pre-built code. Erase it all. We will give you this code. This is nothing special. It has just some container, data container, header, some code for wave button. Where exactly is this wave button? It is all here. Wave button. See, if we had given the class names, right? Wave button and things. So we had given it for this only. Okay, so uh, the wave button, we have given some css for wave button. This is pretty easy. This is just to make your front end look much attractive. uh, we are not going over those things now, because ultimately, um, we want to it will the session would get much deeper, and this is not a css. So yep. Uh, mm, uh, Spotify. Oh, what else is remaining? Let's give it a try. Let's see if we can render. We can show something. Uh, we have these errors like Ethereum is not defined, and we put a 99. So 99. Uh, just write straight to Spotify.abi. Then let's see. We have just the error that Ethereum is not defined. We can Google it out in a sec. Uh, Ethereum is not defined. Ethereum is not defined. So, yep. So it is a Web3.js error. Uh, let's see if we have all the packages being installed. Uh, there's just this one error. Ethereum is not defined, but we have defined the Ethereum out here. I don't know where it is not defined. There should not be. Let's see if something is getting rendered. So let's do npm start for a final thing. If we, if we are able to render something on our front end. Okay, so it works. It works. It literally works. You can see that this is something similar. This mic you can get from here. Emojipedia something. Uh, Go over there. Just write mic or something. You should be say this is the microphone that you can copy it. You can directly use it here. Where have we used that? Mm, Give me a sec. Spotify spotlights. Okay, you can just like add the microphone here. It will show it in the front end, just for your dApp to look cool. Let me see if we have some questions. No, we don't. Uh, yep, I'm still live. We have got some likes. Thank you guys. Uh, so, dope, dope, dope. This is the project. I'm wearing a good t-shirt, builder t-shirt, and I'm happy that if you see these best links below, you should not be able to see it. It's not an error or something. It's just that the color is white or white smoky due to the CSS. Let's do that. Let's fix that so we can see that. So you can just remove this color from white smoke to black. Oh, not black. Let's keep it green. Green would look much better. See, now it should render green. I suppose it should render green. Come on, man, render it green so that we are happy. Oh, it does. So it just renders green. Let's see if it is functioning correctly or not. Just click the connect wallet button. See, it says get MetaMask. Why does it say get MetaMask? Because on this browser, on this Google account, I don't have MetaMask yet installed. But just install the MetaMask. It is no big deal. Just install it. Go to MetaMask. Go to download. Go to here download supported browser. Go to Chrome. Add it as an extension. Okay, here you should be able to add it as an extension. When you will add it as an extension, then you should be able to, then it won't say get MetaMask. Okay, the way it is saying get MetaMask because it doesn't have the Ethereum object now. See, it is saying, so of whatever console logs we had written, they are all being rendered. See, it is saying Ethereum object doesn't exist. Ethereum object doesn't exist means your MetaMask is not running. Guys, we have, by the way, we have finished with the project. We have integrated. We have started with this contract on the day one. We had built the contract on the day two. We had tested it on in our HARDHAT. We had deployed it using Remix on a test network. We had taken the contract address. We had taken the ABI. We had compiled it using HARDHAT. Then we had taken the ABI and we got it in our front end. Then we rendered everything, and now you can perform this simple procedure where you need to set a password, whatever these things are, but you should be able to run this project like this. uh, if you need the CSS, feel free to tell it in the chat. We can provide you with the CSS things. The rest you can code this. We have coded all this live. I'm happy to share this project with you all. If you guys want to connect, uh, you can connect to me and the UNSNARL team using the links given in the description. Uh, we are waiting for 2 to 3 minutes. If you have any questions, you can tell. Otherwise, we will be ending this live stream. It's more than an hour that today we have spent on the D Day. And yep. Um, yep. So, yep. Yeah. So, Um, we will be also providing all the code towards the towards the end of the bootcamp. After the bootcamp end, we would be providing the code. uh, Also, you whatever we are very happy that many people are building the projects live with us from the day one. We had just started with the introduction. Day 2, day 3, there were many participants who have tried to build the product, this project, and feel free and feel happy to share it in the group so that you inspire others also to build, and you have marked your attendance, so you all will get the certificates. Thank you for joining. And yep, this was our project, Spotify Spotlights on the Blockchain. uh, you can deploy it also, so that you have this link which you could share it with anyone. Like this link, it works on any where like, so that your project has this link and it works anywhere and everywhere. So yep, this should work. Okay, so yep. If you want to disconnect, we have not created a disconnect button, but if you want to disconnect, you can essentially go here and disconnect its account, and it would get disconnected. Reload, and you should see that connect wallet button again. We are happy because we have created everything from scratch. If you want to connect it with another, okay, so let us just see uh, what we have built in these 4 days. Okay, yep. So let's get it. Let's connect our wallet. You click the connect wallet button. MetaMask pops out. It asks which account to create. Connect. You say secondary account to create. It connects. Okay. If you want to see this console, also you can see. Okay. Now just write. We have completed the build. Just click wave at me. And yep, see, it retrieves uh, 7 total wave count. The variable that we had created in our front end works here. It is like sending me 7. So it is also asking me to confirm this transaction. I would click confirm, and then see, as soon as I click confirm, I get the 8 as the 8 number of transactions for it. Okay, so where this message would be shown, this is shown here. We have completed the build on December 30, 21:30. This is the time currently, and this was my address with which I sent this thing. This was the first message that we had sent on December 26th, that we are live, and today we have sent that we have completed the build. So congratulations, guys! We have completed the project, all live. Okay, everything was done live, and this was a pretty good project for starting and invading your way into the Ethereum blockchain. You have written the smart contract, deployed it on a test net, then created a front end that interacts fully from the smart contract and renders everything on the front end. This looks nice. Yep. Uh, Thank you for joining us, guys. This is Kamal.